Send over to me, and I'll take it. You guys can go first. We don't want to hold you up. Very excited.
Yes, I love it. It's spicy.
All right, girls. Thank you very much.
Tim, you working?
Yes, I am.
Hopefully you get to enjoy too.
I'm not sure what that's a straw about.
Thank you, Jack. Welcome, everybody. I'm glad everybody came out here. Not only am I the president of the CLA, I also serve on the tourist board, and one of the things we talk about is tourism in Lebanon County. And this facility is the #1 tourist spot in all of Lebanon County, and it is one of the best facilities of its kind, pretty much anywhere in this segment of the state. So we really should be proud to have it here, and we thank Pat Kerwin for allowing us to do this here. Dana put together some nice entertainment for us here this afternoon, so we'll have a good time with that. A couple of things on the CLA calendar I just want to bring up to date here. Coming up is our car show. Someone can remind me the date. It's August 20th, I think. 20th? Yeah. And then after that comes our 8th annual 8th Street Music Festival. That's September 23rd. We're still looking for some sponsors for that. We have our sponsor guides out at the table. And then we've added a new event. We're going to hopefully be able to pull this off. It's Christmas Lights in Coleman's Park. If you haven't heard about it, it's a very large undertaking for us. We're working with a number of nonprofits in the community to help staff that. If everything goes as scheduled, it's to open on Thanksgiving Eve and run through New Year's Eve. So it's a really big project. There's sponsorship information at the table. There's our book of what the plan for all the 55 displays, so you can see what they're going to look like. If you're interested in sponsoring them, let us know, and we're more than happy to come out and visit with you and go from there. So I don't want to take up too much time. We're very pleased to present our sponsor this afternoon, Steve Goodhue from the Edward Jones Myerstown branch. Steve has underwritten the event this afternoon, and we're very happy about that. Steve?
Thank you. Looking at my watch, I can finally say good afternoon. About a decade ago, I was asked to take over the Edward Jones branch in Myerstown. At that time, I did not realize how similar our culture was to this community. The Lebanon Area Fair provides good, clean fun, especially for our children. The FFA and the 4-H Club provide ways for our kids to be involved that is both productive and educational. Look at what they stand for. The FFA motto is learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, living to strive. The 4-H pledge is my head, clear thinking, my heart to greater loyalty, my hands to larger service, my health to better living. My company, Edward Jones, shares this culture also, even though we have grown to 15,000 offices in the U.S. Let me tell you why. Ted Jones conceived the one-person branch office in the early 80s. By 1980, we had more than 300 offices. Though his wealth had grown as much, his lifestyle remained the same. He continued to enjoy a simple life on his Missouri farm while giving large sums of money to those less fortunate. He donated millions to fund the Katy Trail, the largest continuous hiking and bicycling trail in the country, built along abandoned rail lines along the Missouri River. Now, let me ask you, doesn't that remind you of the good people in this community? Well, he went one step further. To entrench this culture in his company, he gave the company to his employees. When asked by a reporter, why did he do this, instead of creating enormous wealth for himself and his family, he stated, I am the richest man in America. I have a wife who loves me in spite of my faults. I have 4 dogs, 2 that love only me. 1 loves everybody. 1 loves no one, but is still very loyal. I have a horse. I love to ride around the farm. And best of all, she comes to me when I call her. I have too much to eat and a dry place to sleep. I enjoy my business. I have a few close friends, and money has never been my God. Because of this man, Edward Jones has a culture unlike any other major financial services company. Born from a Missouri farmer and not Wall Street, our culture is unique. Money is not my God either. Thank you.
Steve very well said. I'm Jack Campbell. I co-chair of the PR committee. The other co-chair is sitting over there, my pal Diana Hartman. Say hi.
Hi, Jack.
If you're on the CLA board, please stand. I'd like to just recognize the CLA board members. All right. These are the people. These are the heart and soul that make this this organization. So, get ready everyone. Lebanon County's best local event, the Lebanon Area Fair, is coming. It's going to celebrate its 50th anniversary, starting July 22nd and running through July 29th. Now our panelists, and I'm going to bring them up in just a minute, will cover the event from both a historical perspective and what to expect at this year's event. So I'll let them handle all the details. But I guarantee today you are in for a very fun time. Now, before I leave the podium, I want to acknowledge some dignitaries who are with us today. At the Mayor's State of the City address in March, it was noted that I introduced almost everyone in the room. Today you get a break. I'm going to introduce less than half. So today we welcome County Commissioners Bill Ames and Joel Owens. Bill and Joel. CEO Karen Grove from the Lebanon Valley Chamber of Commerce, and we have a wonderful working with the CLA as we speak. Jill Weister is here representing Russ Diamond's office. Laura talked about tourism, and Laura is running the show for the tourism agency. Very important job. And last but not least, I want our friends from Lebanon Sertoma to please stand and be recognized. Lebanon Sertoma. These guys are here at every CLA event, and you couldn't do it without them. Now, I got something very special, and as soon as this next little feature is concluded, Pat and Harry and Sue can come up and sit at the panelist table. But I want to introduce a young lady, and her name is Mackenzie Miller. She's 9 years old, and for the first time in public, Mackenzie is going to sing the national anthem. So everyone please rise for the national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
What's going to happen is the panelists will make some remarks. I'll take the mic for some questions and answers, and then we're going to turn it over to Dana for the rest of the way. Okay, Pat, all yours.
Thank you very much, Jack, and thank you, Greg, for bringing the CLA here today. We're very pleased that you selected us, and we have an opportunity to talk about the Expo Center and the Great Lebanon Area Fair. I did want to recognize we have some Expo board members in the audience. In addition to Harry Bachman, our president, we also have John Harrell. John, if you just wave in the back here. And Commissioner Bill Ames is on the Expo board. And I would also like to mention we get lots and lots of comments about our new electronic sign outside. I'd like to thank again the Lebanon County Commissioners for making that sign possible. We really appreciate it. And we're going to begin with, we have Harry Bachman, who is the president of the Lebanon Expo Board. Harry's been involved with the fair since the night, he doesn't look that old, but since the 1960s, and been active on the Expo Board since the mid-70s. In fact, this is his third term as president of the Expo Board. So he has quite a bit of history and quite a bit of knowledge, and does an extraordinary amount of things for youth, agricultural youth in Lebanon County and beyond. And we have Sue Werner, and Sue is the chairman of the Lebanon Area Fair. Sue, I'm not quite sure how long you've been chairman, but...
Be gentle.
She started when she was 15, but I think it's 20-some years, is that correct? Okay. So we have some folks here who have some tremendous experience and knowledge. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Harry to begin with some remarks.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Okay, there we are. Good afternoon, everybody. We say welcome to our Lebanon Valley Expo and our fairgrounds. Good to have everybody with us here today. A little bit of a history. Going back, I can't go back to the beginning, of course, but as you come in our lobby out here, there is a picture out there of an original picture of the Lebanon Fairgrounds. and that's back in the early 1900s. And that was out on West Oak Street. For you folks who are familiar with Lebanon, the Lutheran Church out in that area, directly across, they built some homes in there now, and that was where the Lebanon Fairgrounds was. And it progressed over the years, but into the 40s, then it sort of disbanded in that. They tore the grandstand down, but you had a lot of big grandstand for horse racing and things of that such. But a lot of that building went up into New York in order to build a warehouse up in New York City. So that was back in about 1949. Throughout the years after that, the fairs were held at different areas. They always call it the 4-H fair. For you, some of you might remember, it was at the H&H Tack Shop in Annville. There, Gene Heisey had that. Ebenezer, they had the fair sometimes out there. It sort of moved around. In the Fireman's Park in Fredericksburg, that I can think about those particular items. I know back when I was in high school, a lot of the schools had their own fairs as well. I can remember putting up tents every year at the South Lebanon Fair. I'm sure a lot of you remember the fairs in Myerstown, Schaeferstown, and with all of that and having them all over the place, there was a time that everybody thought that perhaps we need to have a centralized location for the fair. So back in 1969, this land that we have here had come available. This was a Bamberger farm, which the original barn in that has just gotten taken down, which was across the street. That was before Rockerty Road went through there. This was actually part of that over there, and their driveway came in off of Cornwall Road. But there were 50 people that went and signed a note in order to buy this property, and it was about 50 people, and it was about $130,000 to buy the land, which is about 60 acres, and included with that was the start of what we call our West Hall, our building on that end, which was the first building that was here permanently. After they started, before that, of course, we had that building, but then there was a lot of tents. If you were fortunate enough to be a part of the crew, you were out here for days and days putting up a tent, and lots of tents, and then you hoped that we didn't have a thunderstorm that they blew down, which did happen more than once. So then we would sit out here in the morning, and then we'd be gluing the tents back together again and sewing them so that we could get them up for the evening's activities. But as things progressed, and we were always emphasizing youth and doing things for our youth, of course we could come up with some more permanent buildings. Slowly and surely that all came about. Of course, with the generosity of a lot of our Lebanon County folks, and we had some good friends in Harrisburg, and that we were able to continue the building process. And I'm sure we're not done building yet, but if we ever think back, one of the biggest pushes to raise a lot of the dollars would have been the gentleman from over in Clayona, the big tall man. I'm sure everybody knew about him, that had the Hawk Manufacturing. He came on board and he said, I'm going to gather you enough money that we're going to be able to build this part right here in that big north hall that we have out here. And that was a great project, and of course that enabled us to do a lot more rentals. But again, with that note, we were able to pay all of that off and continue on our journey of spending money, building buildings, and making it better for the 4-H, and we also want to say the FFA. There's a joint venture there, but for the youth, and of course every year it's expanded, it's getting bigger. We just got our reports the other night, and I'm sure Sue will cover that. A lot of the entries are bigger than more of them than what we had last year. So again, we're at the present time, we're at about 75,000 square feet on the roof, which makes it a great opportunity for people to rent here. We can have a lot of different rentals going on at the same time. And of course, we still provide the opportunity for youth to use this free of charge. And we're sort of, I would say that we're proud of the fact, if you travel over the state and you look at a lot of the fairgrounds that are in Pennsylvania, they do not look like this one here in Lebanon. So we're proud that we have this facility, and I know it's done great for the tourism in Lebanon County, brings a lot of people in here. And our job is, as you can see, We're getting a lot of new neighbors out across the street again. Understand there's going to be about 150 houses over there, so we're going to get a lot of new neighbors there. There's going to be businesses and their long-range plan. The roads are going to get better. They say it's going to make it easier to get in and out of the fairground with the traffic, so those are all things we're looking forward to. That's their long-range plan there. We, of course, have got some other plans that are going to be done around here as well, and that'll all happen just in the near future. So I'll take any questions later on. Sue, we'll hear from you in regards to the fair.
You're never too old to learn, because Harry, I learned some new things that I did not know about the fairgrounds on the early on days. I'm not too shabby knowing things since like 19.
I wasn't here in 1990.
Okay, where do I go from there? All right. Thank you. This is a very interesting opportunity. I'm really glad that you thought of the Lebanon Area Fair and the fairgrounds as a place to hold your venue, so that we can tell you a little bit about our great fair. It's our great fair. When, I forget your name, but the first speaker that came on and said, we're celebrating 50 years, gracious, it's been so much fun. It's actually been 61 years that we've been celebrating. So we're here, and we're here to stay. Like Harry said, we took a little bit of a break there, which I'm glad to hear some of that information on the break. But here we are, we're back, and we're ready to stay. So I'm really proud to be the chairperson of the Lebanon Area Fair, but I also feel very guilty for people thinking that I do more than I do. Okay, I chair the meetings, but where is Karen Groh? Karen Groh, you sat and we were very happy that you did come so that you could learn more about the Lebanon Area Fair. But she sat at our last meeting and she went, is this the calmest bunch of people? We're there going, oh my word, we might have 100 extra pigs, we might have and she's over there like, what are they gonna do? And we're like, yeah, I'll put up another 10. Oh, we'll get a couple more 10s from somewhere. And she's like, are you always like this? This is a very unique group working together. And I'm pleased to tell you, we are. Like I said, people might see me as the face of the fair, but goodness gracious, there's hundreds, literally hundreds and hundreds of volunteers that are doing that work. I'll pick on Dana back there, but I check in with Dana, but goodness, I know that the chicken department is in great shape. I know the egg meter, I know we ordered the eggs. We don't have to do that. We're all so used to doing our jobs that just kind of comes natural. And I'll quote you again. Sometimes Dana says that, all of a sudden, poof, there's a Lebanon Area Fair. There was nothing, and we just moved in, and everybody knows their part. And I hope you can all learn from us, just like we learn from the rest of the businesses too, of how to get that kind of stuff done. And speaking of volunteers, there are still plenty of ways for you to volunteer. And Harry spoke specifically how this fairgrounds was started with the 4-H in mind. And I look out there at Joellen, who's been one of our good volunteers, taking money at the gates and giving it to us, not keeping it. But she still, and I have to laugh when I see some of your publications, because you talk about the 4-H fair. That Lebanon Area Fair part just does not roll off your lips yet. And that is still a tribute that we are so youth involved that you do think of us that way, and that lots of people think of it that way, because that's where it is. And somebody else had said something about it's a safe, family, fun venture, and thank you. That's our goal. That's what we want to do with a lot of agriculture education thrown in, but that's our goal. That's what we want to do, and I'm glad that you think of it that way, that we have succeeded and reached our goals. A lot of people think of 4-H, we'll come back to that, is it's cows and cooking. As a matter of fact, there used to be badges out there that 4-H ain't all cows and cooking, because there is an awful lot of other stuff you can do from the 4-H. Well, it's the same here for the Lebanon Area Fair. You may think, oh, I'm not a farmer, why would I go there? We have tried to incorporate the community as much as possible, and I really think we're succeeding. Just the fact that we are tying in, as I see Laura sitting there, we're making an effort to, and I really appreciate it, working with a Visit Lebanon Valley. Karen came to visit us as a member of the chamber, and the chamber's going to be having a little bit of a booth at one of our nights yet too. And just the fact that the CLA, that you guys yourselves wanted to come, and you just made me nervous when you took that picture there, just wanted to say. Okay, just the CLA, there's another tie-in that we can educate more people. we still have that strong agricultural focus, but we want to make sure that you all know that the Lebanon Area Fair is a community thing, and it's for everybody. And you know, if you talk to a lot of people, they can think back to that, yeah, I remember going to the fair, it was always fun. It's just such a good, feel-good kind of thing. So that's why so many people do want to get involved. And as a matter of fact, when it comes to volunteer organizations, of the 107 fairs across the state, we are noted for having more volunteers than like for the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, probably even more than some of them combined. So, thinking of ways we are getting tied in with the community, we do have a community night that is on Tuesday night of our fair that runs from 6 to 8, where we invite community groups to come in. Because, gracious, we have so many people here that can come, see, and learn. We'd be missing the boat if we did not invite community members to come. We have like the Hawk Watch is coming, Pennsylvania Breast Cancer Coalition, SARC is coming. There's like 30 groups that have signed up so far. And just a great opportunity to give back to our community. Another way, we've expanded we've always had a fireman's competition for the last several years. And this year we've taken it to a new level. We're actually calling it First Responders Day. And you can think about that, everybody, you have a brochure, please look through it and see exactly where you can fit in, what you would like to come see. But we're specifically reaching out to our responders, giving them a special day, special activities. We have a special day for seniors, a special day for kids. Like I said, trying to reach out to everybody. I could cover some of the new and wonderfully great activities. I encourage you to look through the brochure yourself and see that we have pop racing's coming back, the Hansons are coming back, an aerial group. We have some of our tried and true musical groups. We also have some special new ones. Josh Square Band comes to mind as one of them. So there's music every night on the main stage, there's music in the pavilion. We like to give opportunities to some of our new upcoming stars in the pavilion. You may not get as big a crowds, but you're there, you're out, you're getting exposure. Number-wise, I see our fair staff is back there. I'm assuming you're gonna pop out a few numbers where we were like scoring really great. And one of we keep up with technology too. I just got the reports today of our 12,000 exhibits. Yeah, 1,000 of them were done online, saving us a lot of time and a lot of effort. So, but Kendra and Angie, you'll be addressing that a little bit later. They are the only, like I said, volunteer, hundreds of them. They are our only 2 paid staff, and they man the office for us. And that's all I have to say. That was probably too much to say. Any questions? I'll take them.
I could add a few comments. The mission statement for the Expo Center is to promote agriculture and youth, and that is the primary focus here. And if you look at our brochure, you'll see there's a lot of youth activities that take place here. And as Harry mentioned, they're all at no charge. In regards to the fair itself, I hadn't been to the fair for a number of years, actually until I became associated again with the Expo. It was probably 10 years, and I kind of forgot what a wonderful...
But you remember deep down.
What a wonderful experience it is. This is just like Americana. You feel like Norman Rockwell. It's multi-generational. It's the teenage kids flirting with each other. It's the little kids running to the rides. It's the grandparents and some of them working side by side with their children and their children's children as volunteers in various capacities. In the kitchen, I'm thinking Harry has his grandkids there working, and I think the others ones, how old are they? 7. So it's just a really nice experience. It's inexpensive, it's wholesome, it's friendly. I would just encourage you, if you haven't been here, bring your family and bring others. It's really a remarkable experience. You'll feel like you're back in time in a way. The fair people do a wonderful job, and of course there are all volunteers except for the 2 ladies who work a couple weeks out of the year in the office. So it's a remarkable undertaking. It's a great community asset, as is this facility. We're so lucky to have it here in Lebanon County. It not only adds a significant economic impact with all the tourists and visitors, but it adds immensely, I think, to the social fabric of all of our lives, that there's so many activities out here that we can participate in. And again, the focus is on youth, so we're going to switch a little bit to youth now, but I do want to say, these kids, I know the kids that graduate from Penn State who are in agriculture and have an FFA background or a 4-H background are the most sought after kids that understand in the college when it comes time for looking for jobs. They have these organizations are lined up wanting to hire these kids. And Lebanon County has produced so many kids who come through this program who are now very, very successful doctors, PhDs, business leaders. It's just amazing. So this emphasis on youth has a great return, not only for Lebanon, but I think for our country as a whole. Now, for some interesting things, did you have something, Jack?
I want to just open it up for questions
Oh,
and answers.
okay.
And then we have a lot of entertainment coming forward, but I want to, since related to the remarks you just heard, 2 of our board members are going to be carrying handheld mics, and anybody who has a question, we'll just spend a few minutes because we get a lot of stuff coming up too. Anybody with a question about any of the panelists?
That means we did such a good job.
I encourage all of you to come to the Lebanon Area Fair, July 22nd to the 29th. And thank you for holding those 2 mics, but you're dismissed.
I have a question.
You have a question.
Mr. Bachman has been part of the fair forever and ever and ever. What's your favorite flavor of milkshake? Chocolate. Cool.
Okay. And that
Thank
concludes
you.
our Q&A session. Remember chocolate. Pat, I'm turning it back to you.
Okay, thank you, Jack. It's my pleasure now to introduce the 2016 Fair Queen, Katie Dolan, who's going to say a few words about her experience as the Queen. Katie, it's all yours.
Everybody can hear me? So, hello, my name is Caitlin Dolan, and I am currently serving as the 2016 Lebanon Area Fair Queen. And my reign is just about up, so the very first day of fair, we'll find the 2017 Fair Queen being crowned. I have been a resident of Lebanon County my entire life, and I was a part of Lebanon County 4-H for at least 7-8 years now. In high school, I went to Northern Lebanon, and I was a part of the Northern Lebanon FFA chapter, and I'm continuing my education as a sophomore at Penn State Berks with a major in agricultural sciences. The Lebanon Area Fair has been something that's extremely special to me for as long as I've been exhibiting. I've been exhibiting pigs, and this will be my first year showing sheep, so it'll be quite the experience for me. Now this year is my last year on 4-H, so it's very bittersweet. I'll be aging out. So I'm trying to make the best of my fair this year. So if any of you have never been to the fair, this is your first experience, I really encourage you to come out and enjoy it, because there's really 2 things you look forward to in life. Is having fun with the people you love and making memories. And there's really no better place than the Lebanon Area Fair to have fun with people you love and make memories. I hope to see you guys all there at the Lebanon Area Fair. And if you have any questions about myself or my reign this year, feel free to ask me any questions. But I hope to see you guys in a couple weeks.
It's my pleasure now to introduce Elena Harrell. She has won the FFA had their statewide convention in State College this summer. She was first place in the Junior Prepared Speech Contest. She'll be a sophomore at Annville Kelowna High School, and her speech is titled The Fair Treatment of Farm Animals.
Good afternoon. When I was searching the true treatment of farm animals, many controversial comments tended to come up. In today's world, it seems as if many different organizations are constantly attacking farmers, saying things like factory farming, misery for animals, or animal cruelty is the price we pay for cheap meat. It seems as if these organizations' main goal is to attack the farmers. and it is almost as if they are not happy with America's hard-working farmers. When PETA, also known as People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, states, "Factory farming, misery for animals," they try to persuade the reader that factory farms make animals live in enclosed areas with little to no sunlight. They also try to persuade the reader that these animals are in crowded living spaces. But little do they know that the majority of farms have temperature-controlled barns with windows permitting proper sunlight. Also, these farms are mandated a certain amount of square footage per animal. And as a producer, the farmer's main goal is to provide a comfortable living environment for the animal. Rolling Stone magazine once stated, "Animal cruelty is the price we pay for cheap meat." The author of this article based their facts off of a picture of a sow giving birth to a litter of pigs on a factory farm. It was claimed that these sows were cramped into small cages to give birth, thus causing them to come out with cuts and bruises due to being in such quarters. Some are unaware that these pens are never too small for the animal. The farmers make sure that the animal is both comfortable and safe. Also, without having a pen for the sow, the piglets could have the risk of their mother lying on them. So in the end, it is actually helping the animal instead of hurting them. On the ASPCA website, the material states that 94% of Americans agree that animals raised for food deserve to be raised free from abuse and cruelty. The fact is completely true. Every animal should be able to live a happy, healthy life. But most Americans get the wrong idea from websites like ASPCA and PETA. The big problem here is that Americans are being educated by the wrong people telling them the incorrect things. The agricultural community needs to be prepared to step up in situations where these false facts are being stated. If the public can be more educated about farming, these false opinions will no longer be a problem across the United States. But in order to get there, the farmers are going to need to improve perceptions. They will need to be prepared with facts and evidence to support the truth. Also, simply inviting someone who is in need of an education to their farm could help greatly. Not only would this open their eyes to the true treatment of farm animals, but it would also increase interest in agriculture. Thank you.
Impressive. And now we have a little bit from behind the scenes, managing the fair office. Kendra Redinger and Angela Villanova are going to tell us just a little bit about what goes on in the office, and then we're going to go on to our entertainment. Okay, ladies?
Hi, I'm Angela Villanueva, and this is Kendra Redinger, and we're the fair office staff for the 2017 fair. And we're just going to tell you a little bit about what happens behind the scenes at the fair office, because like a lot of people go and they get their entry and like that's all they see, or they go around and see the animals and they don't think about all the work that it takes to put into to get that all together.
Okay.
So yeah.
So a fair as successful as ours doesn't just happen overnight. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. There's a lot of behind the scenes kind of action, and we're kind of like the main point for that in the fair office. We do everything from paperwork, entries, we do sponsors, ticket sales. We actually designed the Fair Week things that you see out on the new board. That was a new and exciting thing this year. So we're in the office Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. So we do put in a lot of hours because it is a lot of work.
And even more Fair Week when we're there
Yes.
from like early in the morning till when no one needs it at night. Okay, this year we've had, it's been like new there's been new stuff this year, like the online entries. This is only our second year for doing it, and so we're trying to encourage that because there's only 2 of us in the fair office. It could take time to process all the things. And it's been much faster. And you have the numbers for how many things you've gotten?
This year we have a total of around 7,000 entries. So that includes anything from the animals to the indoor exhibits, so the flowers, the plants. We also have all the 4-H exhibits and everything. They're in that number as well. We had about 1,000 online entries with about 200 paper entries. So the way we see those numbers is that's 1,000 that we did need to put in, like ourselves, which is fantastic. So it saves us a lot of time, and it also increases accuracy, and it saves us paper and everything. So we're getting more technologically advanced.
But I promise we're not being lazy with saying we didn't have one of them. That just gives us more opportunity to go and check other things and make sure they're correct, and give us more time to answer your questions. Should you call?
Yeah. We deal a lot with the public too as well. So phone calls, emails, any type of questions that anyone has. For a lot of people, we are the first, like seasonally, we are the first site of the fair that they get. So if they come in and we're smiling, we're happy, you know, we deal with their problems, it's great for us and for them as well. Is there any other questions about the fair office? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
How long during the year are you in the office? From all year long, or just?
No, the office officially opens up June 1st. We're like there a week beforehand, and then we'll go until like a week or 2 after fair. Thank you.
Thank you.
They really do a great job, and they have to be very, very accurate because people are really sensitive about who gets first, second, or third place and his points and so they do a great job. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dana Lake. Dana's the chair of the entertainment committee for the Lebanon Area Fair. We're going to see some examples of the type of entertainment, local entertainment that we have at the fair. Dana?
Okay, thank you, Pat. First off, I'd like to introduce some people here real quick because it's a winning situation for the fair, for Expo, and for the CLA. Getting a little publicity out there. First, I'd like to thank Tim McGowan for coming out and taking pictures and videotaping. That's going to go on our website for the Fair Expo, and if the CLA would like that in their website, just talk to Tim. Also like to welcome Sue Bowman from the Lancaster Farmer doing an article, and Jeremy Long hiding behind the pole here. I'd like to thank that. The more news we can all get here in Lebanon County, the better. And I'd like to thank the free ice cream from the Lebanon County Dairy Promotion. So let's give it up for the Dairy Promotion. Board, you were a 4-H member or an FFA member, and when you get out of that, guess what? You want it for your kids. So my family's been in it for about 6 generations. My dad used to do the doll show back here in 1972. So at this point, you're going to see some young talent come up here, and it's going to blow you away. We have a talent show on the last Friday of the fair, the only Friday we have it. It's starting at 6:30. And this past year, the talent we had was unbelievable. It just blows you away. And these 3 acts today are just going to blow you away. First off, we're going to introduce right up here. Come on up here. We have the K-Kids. They're in my 4-H group. They're actually in the livestock 4-H group. They're in the poultry 4-H group. And they're in the youth group. What we have is 3 groups. We have a youth group in the talent show. We have the middle-age group. And then we have the adults. And this is going to be part of the youth group right here. Their mother's going to hold the mic for them right here. And let's give it up for the K-Girls. K-Kids, because every one of their first names starts with a K. All right. Let's bring up the next staff right here. She's in the middle age group. She actually won the middle age group last year with Over the Rainbow. She's going to sing an awesome song here for you tonight. So we're going to introduce Trinity Huffman right here.
Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord's waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're going to the promised land. We're heading across the river to wash your sins away in the tide. It's all so peaceful on the other side. Forget your struggles, come on, get happy. You better chase all your cares away. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. Chase the cares away. Hallelujah, get happy for the judgment day. The sun is shining, come on, get happy. The Lord's waiting to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy. We're gonna be going to the promised land. Came to cross the river, wash your sins away in the tide. It's quiet and peaceful on the other side. Forget your troubles, get happy, your cares fly away. Shout hallelujah, get happy, get ready for your judgment day. Come on, get happy, Lord, wait to take your hand. Shout hallelujah, come on, get happy, get ready, get ready, get ready for the judgment day.
Right, let's give it up one more time for Trinity right there. She is a member of the Lebanon County 4-H Club, and of course, my club, the Lebanon County 4-H Culture Club. Alrighty, like I said, that talent show is the last Friday night of the fair, so you want to check that out. It's not easy getting up in front of people and singing. What do you think? I don't think anybody here will admit it. It's any easy job. So give it up once again for all the talent out there. Thank you. Don't forget, July 22nd to July 29th, the biggest one-week event in Lebanon County is the Lebanon Area Fair.
These kids are responsible for these animals from the time they're born through the show process, and they feed them, take care of them, and groom them, so it's quite a bit of responsibility. So we thank you very much for coming, Jack.
Big round of applause for Patrick, Sue, Harry, Dana, all of the Lebanon Area Fair team who provided us with some wonderful entertainment today. Thank you. It occurred to me, there's a phrase that you guys use throughout this, and I discovered I've actually aged out many times from many organizations. So there's a bit, we usually have big business networking events, so here's your only chance this year to network with animals and their handlers. So afterwards, please do that. But there's one thing, we've had some great entertainment for this event, and we're going to conclude with entertainment. And I'm going to give Emily another chance to come up here and finish a song. She's going to do God Bless America, and then we're done. Thank you.
I can do this one, I swear. Well, does everybody want to stand for this?
Where the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us pledge allegiance to a land that that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair as we lift our voices in this solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
I always save the best for last. And thank you again. This has been a wonderfully entertaining hour for me. And guess what? We always stop before 1 o'clock at 12:55 and go network with the animals. So thank you.
This is a few 4-H'ers from Lebanon County with their animals that they're showing up today.
Oh my goodness. Look at the dog. Can we pet it? Yeah. Hi, little one. Scared? Oh, are you scared? How many years has this one been at the fair? Has it participated before? Her last year. Last year was the first year. What are you doing, crazy one? There's photos everywhere. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah.
Lena, I know he's your duck, but like your sister Bullhorn.
How many guineas do you have?
2.
Just 2.
Well,
Okay. Oh, yeah, we had a few hours left.
What makes it a guinea? What's a guinea?
It's a guinea fowl.
It's a guinea fowl.
Guinea fowl.
Yeah. This is a male.
Okay.
Females, they call them guinea hens.
Oh, that's just flies landing on her. Oh, and so horses, yeah, horses do that to get the flies off. So it's on the other side.
They look so content. They're happy, aren't they?
Fly somewhere else. Well, it's mighty. It could be just the air. Yeah.
And how many total guinea pigs do you have?
Now, do you have
Then do you bring all of them to the fair?
Yeah, I have not seen a tick on her yet.
What is your oldest guinea pig? How old is
Even just the one when I did here, I had to go through like all the hair and stuff, so it's good.
I've seen a lot of people today that I saw earlier in the day.
Ticks on her yet, so.
Aww.
I thought they were small.
My guinea pigs are like this. They don't look very happy.
Like they put it just barely even. Thanks for bringing her out. Thank you.
Now, what do you guys have
now,
here?
Is that in preparation for the fair so that her hair looks a certain way? Or is it just you like to braid it?
Their hair is supposed to go a certain way. It's supposed to go right. But her hair just kind of lays naturally. Sometimes some people don't band it, which is just banding at the tippy top and then you pull underneath, which causes it to go over.
Okay.
There's a couple different ways that you can do it, and it does depend on if you're riding English or Western.
Okay.
So this would be more of a Western braid. For English, you would either have it cut fairly short, or you can just shave the whole top off as well.
Yeah, they do.
Or you would button braid it, which loops it up.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a bunch of different things that you would do. For counties, you would definitely, for English, you would button it, and then for like a lot of times, a lot of Western people, they just band the top.
Okay.
And that's what they'll have, just really tiny little portions to band that.
Okay.
So.
Now, in 4-H, are you like one of the
trainers, or not trainers, but like one of the helpers, or are you still involved in 4-H?
I'm still in 4-H.
I understand there's still like a cutoff or whatever.
Yeah. This is actually my last year. The deadline is that you have to be 18 June 1st.
Okay.
So my birthday was in April, so right now I'm 19, but I'm still in 4-H because of where my birth date falls. So yeah, it's June 1st is the deadline.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And where did you go to school?
I went to Hershey. So yeah, I'm actually from Hershey, but yeah.
Do you know Matt Bishop?
Yes, I do, actually. Yeah, he's a really good horseman.
Yeah. Well, usually when there's somebody involved in 4-H and you mention that, somehow
everybody
there's a connection.
knows.
Yeah. Very good. Well, thank you for coming out today.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I wish. Not today. Not today. Take care.
What kind of horse is it? She's a thoroughbred. She's off the track. So she's got a tattoo and everything.
Wow, she's off the track.
Yep, she's off the track. I got her from Maryland. She was from a rescue, and they go to auctions and they get thoroughbreds that ran off the track from the kill pen. So, yeah.
So she's not a racer?
No, not anymore.
How
She's
old
my
is she?
4-H project. She is 11.
11.
Yeah, and I got her when she was 5.
What's the life?
It kind of depends. Sometimes it's like 25. Some horses they can up.
Does he stand up like, or she? Does she stand up like that all the time? Or just when she gets excited?
I mean, I can probably get her in a little bit again. Stand up.
I don't want any picture with the goat. I got you, Greg. You're in the picture with the goat.
Yeah, that's from her racing. Yep. How are you? I just
So these are two different types of goats, right?
They're both 4 crosses. He's just more of a type goat where she's a dairy goat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess as far as longevity goes, it's better to be.
With the heat, they just want to relax.
So I called and she said,
Like I am in the heat, I just want to relax. I can't win.
that's pretty good. Yeah, I learned a lot about sex walks that I didn't know about it. Right. And lots of talent. Good singers. Yeah.
Yeah, they did a good job. Put them on.
Anyway, so I called and she called me back. We got some foul over here. What's this first bird? See, I had the PC.
Yes, and now I said I had the PC there.
They're both
You could do this with your hair too. You know, Dan's one of the more naughties of and that's the one I'm That's the one I'm trying first. Wasn't it they coming up from the valley? And just
yeah, it's go pen. So basically that means that they're going to go for days.
It's part of our day, but somehow
Canada.
yeah, we got a 2 farm.
I don't know what's in those burgers. I would not be surprised. Well, actually,
I'd like to get that.
My friend has
my email address.
All right. Thank you. Hello, Elmer.
Good job. Thanks. Yeah, for bringing him out.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tim.
All right.
That's right in front of you.
Stop. Africa?
Yeah, I thought they were in the area. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call them jowls. The red parts that are coming off. Are they the cheeks? What do they do?
Like waddles. The males are really big, the females are smaller. They have different sound. He just hollers.
Hello, Max. We're bringing your animals out.
Yeah.
You guys have a busy couple of weeks coming out, or a week, or
Yeah, next Friday
Friday
we'll be
you'll be
hauling
here.
them in.
Yeah. He's a little feisty, isn't he? A little feisty.
She gets a little jumpy.
Oh yeah, I saw she had milk. Does she have babies?
She has one at home right now.
We just well, that's what maybe she's upset about that.
The baby's a bit of a screamer. That's you left her home.
Well, my husband, we raised white-tailed deer, and I had fawns. Hey! I had fawns on. Did you see my fawn pictures? Because I have a tame one that I walk on a leash, and she had fawns.
So it's gonna be fun, but my husband's like, stay out of that pen, like let her go. Because I try to put them together and he's like, you're interfering too much. And one's a little bit slower, like lethargic, and it's scaring me. So I'm just gonna let her do what she needs to do. That's a pretty rabbit, isn't it? Whose bunny's that?
It's mine.
It's your bunny?
Yeah.
Goat. Look at him. Yeah. He's gonna try to eat the camera lens. And who do we have here? These are grandchildren. 2 of them. What's your name? Lena. Lena.
Do you want him out of the cage?
Oh,
it's
okay.
Okay.
This a little dog. Is that full grown? Stop jumping up. I think I may have seen, because this is your chicken then.
Well, this is the guinea.
Did you see them? They sang with the chickens, little girls?
is that what they did?
They sang and then they did all the way down and then they said, had some chicks and then up and they hit their butts and they were
No, she's actually, it's
so they did a
8
bop
to
bop
about
here,
12
bop
years
bop.
old.
They actually did it. I said, you guys have to go in the town. She goes, we don't have time to go to the town show. We got to show our pigs that
Never
night.
noticed it before, but I see the iris and the
So,
Yep, yep.
aww, and I'll be out.
big red.
I got 12.
Take good care of them. Groom them beautifully.
Yeah.
This is supposed to take a little bit of time.
He might
Actually, no. It's just a really simple braid. And, you know, you just kind of change how many you actually do down.
Yeah.
So that you get that nice little wave. But yeah, it doesn't take too long. I think it took me like maybe a half hour. So, yeah.
What do we have here?
You ride her often?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I like going on trail rides with her a lot.
Oh, yeah. Where do you ride her around here?
Around here, well, trail rides or where am I keeping her? Oh, trail rides? There's actually the Rails to Trails there, and that goes...
Can you go on rail to trails?
Yeah, you can. There's signs, there's signs along the way. Sometimes there's a specific path for horses. Sometimes it just says that you have to just stay on one side. But yeah, I mean, just as long as you follow the rules down the trail, you're perfectly fine on it. So she likes it.
I go hiking and backpacking, and we're down in the Smokies, and they have some nice horse trails down there.
Yeah.
Beautiful girl there, Big Red. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Look at her mane. Wow, do you have some
Learned a long
carrots?
time ago. Don't get your feet near their boots.
Yeah, I do.
You do, I'm sure.
Got some pepper.
Did you ride her here?
No, her little chariot's back there.
Ah, there it is.
Her chariot's back there.
I see. Oh, are you stumping?
See, I got flies on me, but that's okay.
Yeah, they're a nuisance.
They're everywhere, all over our deer right now. Some powder.
They're like, they're not dead in the background. They're like, a sign that have like the 5 color points. And then
Or just kind of
somewhere in there, they have like the red eyes, but they're not albino. It's just that they're not color. Like, there's some rabbits that have, like,
it wasn't with her, but the thing is with her is that when I got her, I was in full training mode. You know, like when I first got her, she wouldn't stand like this. She would be flying all over the place. She was 4 or 5 straight off the track for the most part. Actually, there wasn't a whole lot of people that she actually let ride her, and still now.
I bet you do.
all black and
it's vanilla.
Alright, we'll dip it out for you. Get you some ice cream.
Yeah, I'm just too busy looking at everything else to really care.
So he's a newbie.
So, she's big. Yeah. Yeah.
I was at a wedding over the weekend.
Well, you'll see him
Diane
kind
and
of
I know
flying all
raised
over
her,
the place. She's just trying to tune into everything.
Feral
Yeah,
pig.
that's what horses do.
A little
Doesn't mean
three-week-old
she's
pig.
listening to them because they say,
The wedding was out in the woods, so
talking back
perfect
there.
spot. They got the pig out so he could run around and get some exercise.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Smallest kid to the oldest
Yeah.
person.
Is that it?
It was like the whole focus of the whole thing was
She
a
always
little
takes
pig
it.
running around.
She's a really good hunter type horse and just
Wait, even when
pretty much
you
an
got
all
like
around
the
horse.
ceremony or something?
Well, this was after the ceremony, yeah. This was during the reception. They had a ceremony out in the woods, and then they had a reception under a big tent that's nearby. Well, thank you for bringing your great critters out here with you.
Yeah.
It's nice to see animals. And what kind of a bunny is this?
A Himalayan.
Oh.
Pretty stark contrast in color there, black to white.
Yeah, they come in 4 colors: black, blue, chocolate, and lilac.
Blue?
Yeah, it's like a light gray kind of.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to turn around a little bit so I can see more of you. I see the horse real well. No, you get in there. You're with her. Come on. I'm trying to get a nice picture.
I know, right?
Hey, Red.
We go to like
Picture.
Photo?
That's good.
There you go.
That's good.
Photo. What?
Yeah.
Photo.
This is Jess.
She knows photo.
She's a poser, huh? She likes it?
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
She's really funny about it, too.
And the goats don't care.